You are watching the Global Gamers Invitational Tournament brought to you by iFixit. SCVs for the real world. The Handsome Nerd attire for the handsomest of nerds. And Esports United, sponsored by Intel. This broadcast is also made possible by IC Cup TV, TeamLiquid.net, and of course, Blizzard Entertainment. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Global Gamers Invitational. This is Mac here with Railcoon of IC Cup TV. We are here on Scrap Station between DarKFoRcE and his opponent Dimaga, Game 2 of this best of 5 series. And interesting choice going for Scrap Station. It's always a no-brainer with Zerg. Oh yeah, I get to choose the map, let's go Scrap Station. But of course this is a mirror match, so both players are going to be loving the map favoritism. So if I had to guess, I'd have to say Mutalisks in this game. What do you think, Railcoon?
This map, even though the run distance is very long, does lend very, very well to Banelings. Because the main thing is, if one player is going to go for quick tech, what you usually do is you just go for the fast expansion with a couple roaches holding off your ramp, or some spine crawlers or something like that. But this ramp is so big that it's hard to keep units out of your main base. And because of that one thing right there, just the size of this ramp, does mean that we do see a lot of Baneling play on Scrap Station, Zerg versus Zerg. So I'm watching Dimaga very carefully, especially. He has not dropped that gas yet on 14, so it does not look like he's going to be starting off with Banelings. Possibly another fast expand build by Dimaga. Very, very well known for his aggression. It appears as if 2 games in a row he's just trying to fake out DarKFoRcE by going for heavy economy builds instead.
Yeah, we see DarKFoRcE has already got down that extractor finished, the spawning pool begun, and Dimaga is going for the fast expansion. This is the second time in a row Dimaga's fast expanding. This is a very safe map to do it. I guess Dimaga just going to be relying on what I guess he believes is better control, and we have seen that in the first game, is a better control player, and that's what he's going to need to use, especially on this map. Like you said, the big wide ramp is such a big deal. I know, Terran and Protoss, in order to get a good wall off, you almost always need to put something squishy in that wall, and I've seen Dimaga on countless occasions take advantage of that on this map. Get those speedlings, move them up into the smoke area, morph in somewhere between 5 and 8, and just plow a hole right in there. And it looks like that's what DarKFoRcE is thinking. He's got the speed on the way. He's going to be able to grab a Baneling nest pretty soon. And Dimaga, I don't know what he's got planned, but he certainly seems to know what he's doing, so we'll have to wait and see.
Watching Dimaga, that was actually a really smart move by him. He actually waited until the Overlord got into vision to see the gas with no pool, and then dropped the pool right in vision of the Overlord. So what he saw was a slower version of the same build that he is doing himself. And right there, he might be thinking that, Dimaga is just trying to squeak out a couple more extra drones, and he might not even check the expansion yet, because you notice the Overlord did not fly down into that direction. So if these Zerglings check that hatchery or not is going to be the biggest thing right now. Because if he thinks that his one base is one versus one base and that he's down a couple of drones, he might get really aggressive. But Dimaga has that extra hatchery, which is so many more Zerglings and Banelings that he can produce, as long as he doesn't take a whole lot of economic damage.
We see DarKFoRcE already morphing in 4 Banelings, but Dimaga moving out with his reinforcements. He's actually going to be able to attack these Banelings if he wants. They're hurt. Gets 2 Baneling kills already, a third on the way. 3 Banelings sniped in the egg, all 4.
Oh, wow.
Just like you were saying, it's all about control, and Dimaga really showing that he's got it, and it's going to happen again. 3 more Banelings being morphed in by DarKFoRcE, and Dimaga is all over it.
Yeah, and that was an excellent job by Dimaga, sniping the lowest of the health Banelings that were being morphed, because they do retain the Zergling health while they're morphing, but once they finish, they heal back up to full. So if you can catch those while they're in their eggs and low health, they'll do so much damage. And Dimaga, with that smoke, like you were talking about, hiding some Banelings over there, right as soon as DarKFoRcE's Zerglings run in, they just get completely blown up. DarKFoRcE still does not know that Dimaga has an expansion. So he's continuing along this Baneling mirror, but Dimaga's going to be able to just make so many more units. He doesn't even need a queen, because the second hatchery is acting as a natural queen, but he already made a queen anyway, and he's just going to be able to produce so many Zerglings and Banelings that with his excellent control, I see it just so tough for DarKFoRcE to stay in there, but he does manage to make two of Dimaga's Banelings explode on one Zergling, which is huge. Normally a mistake you don't ever see Dimaga do. And those Banelings get in there and they do very, very minimal damage.
Yeah, DarKFoRcE did well. He held off that attack. His hatchery did take a bit of a beating, but really, he is in a terrible position. He is completely exposed, and I don't see any way he's going to win this game.
Yeah, and then Dimaga just followed up with some Zerglings in the mineral line, killing a bunch of drones, and forces DarKFoRcE to GG. So 2-0 for Dimaga. Second game much, much quicker. But that sneaky hatchery there by Dimaga. So sneaky. Waiting for the Overlord to come in so he could drop the spawning pool. Make it look like he just went for an aggressive economy build.